Hey guys, my name's Asher. I am a top player in the builder base with the best finish in number 4 in the world, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to attack at Builder Hall 9. The strategy I'm going to teach to you is my strategy I use as a Builder Hall 10 that gets me 6-star after 6-star, and it works even better at Builder Hall 9. So if you guys are interested to learn about this, make sure you're sticking around to the end of the video. Before we get started though, I will shout out my creator code. If you're planning on buying any of these Builder Hall packs, you got to use code AG. It would just mean a lot to me and help support me. But with that all out of the way, my fellow Builder Hall 9s, let me show you how it's done. Alright, we're into our first base. This was built by a subscriber of mine. His name is Khalil. Thank you, Khalil, for your service, because I did not want to try and build a Builder Hall 9 base on my own. So we're using this strategy that I have created. It is my Builder Hall 10 strategy that is helping me push up in the world leaderboards. And right now, we just need to look, first step, where do we get the most battle copter value? And right now, I'm seeing it up at the top. We can take down the Archer Tower, the Crusher, and the Double Cannon. And he will not be in range of any defenses, and then once we reach the Mega Tesla, we can send in the dropship right onto it. Now, you might be thinking, oh, we could take out the Roaster and the Double Cannon and the Archer Tower. That's true. We could take out the Air Bombs, the Archer Tower, the Crusher, and the Double Cannon. That's also true. But right up here, we get the big 4 buildings down, and that is what I'm going to have to go for. So we're going to start in the battlecopter onto this army camp, and while he is working around the base here, I'm going to just try and... Okay, wow, he's not going the direction I thought he would. I haven't attacked this base yet, so if I fail, I fail. But, you know, I'm going to try and use my knowledge and not make that happen. So what we're going to do after we get the battlecopter value that we're looking for is we're going to send in the P.E.K.K.A.s to just clean up the base. We have a giant, we have 3 P.E.K.K.A.s, we have a bomber. We should be able to get quite a bit of value. I think we can use the battlecopter ability here. He shouldn't be in range of the Mega Tesla. Okay, okay. All is going well so far. Beautiful. Why don't we start in our dropship now? And that should distract the Mega Tesla. I know we don't really need to yet, but I don't want to risk it. He's going to go straight towards the Mega Tesla. Should take that down. And now I'm thinking it might be close to time to start in our main force. And what we're going to do is just look, where do we get the most value? Of course, the giant will tank for the double cannon and the roaster, and then we'll use the bomber. And the reason I'm using the bomber here is to open up all of those compartments. Look how much just got opened up. Virtually the entire base is opened up now. So that is exactly what I'm looking for. And now, with this giant, with this P.E.K.K.A., they're going to go run through the inside. We still have 1 P.E.K.K.A. left to deploy. I'm going to use it right here. And the reason I'm using it there isn't really for anything special. I see that I can get him to tank for the Archer Tower, and I prefer that happening. And you guys already see this coming together. It is coming together so cleanly. We still have 3 P.E.K.K.A.s, all of which have their ability. And something I'm going to do is a neat trick here. Oh, I guess we don't even have to. I was going to say we're going to use the double P.E.K.K.A. ability. We're just going to use 1 P.E.K.K.A. ability. That way we save some health there. It isn't necessary to do. I just like using the P.E.K.K.A. abilities to make sure I am not going to be running out of time and I'm not going to be losing any P.E.K.K.A.s. So with 3 P.E.K.K.A.s, we have 2 of their abilities left, a bomber, fully healthed, and that is going to get us to the second stage here, and this should be a walk in the park. We're into the second stage now, and what I like to bring in onto the second stage is cannon carts, and we're just going to go ahead and get 2 of them. And I'm sure you guys all know how to use cannon carts on the second stage. I don't need to over-explain it, and I'm still going to over-explain it. So we're just looking for these corner cannons, and all we want to do is just get 1 down on one side, 1 down on the other side, and that'll just take down 2 defenses immediately. All we have to do is hope we do not hit any Teslas, but we do have a battle machine, 3 P.E.K.K.A.s, and a bomber for this stage. I'm not too worried. So I do not know where any of the traps are. I know I copied this base, but I didn't really pay attention to where anything went. So we're just hoping we don't hit any traps. Some people might have Teslas there, and if there is a Tesla, like let me say for example, there's a Tesla on this cannon, I would just toss in my other cannon cart in it. As long as I get 1 cannon down, I am okay with it. It does kind of hurt, but at least with that, you're going to get down a Tesla and a cannon. You know, it's getting some more value, but while we have been talking, look at what these cannon carts have done. They've taken down 1 cannon on one side. They're creating a great funnel for our troops to just run in there. We're using our cannon cart. I think that's about to be in range of the mortar. Okay, yep, beautiful, beautiful. Perfect for me trying to teach you guys. For anybody who hasn't seen me before, I swear I'm good at the game. I just made a mistake. So right here, we see that our cannon cart ran into a Tesla, and you'll see I did not move it into the mortar mode. And for any of you guys wondering why I didn't move it into the mortar mode, even though I clearly could have, that is because that would have been probably the worst decision I could have made. If I moved it into the mortar mode, it would have attacked a lot slower, and that would have done a lot less damage, and it would have died to the Tesla instead of taking it down. Now we're finding all the Teslas. I guess I dodged them. No, I actually did run into one, so I'm not going to say I dodged them. But it doesn't even matter. We do not need that much here. We lost a cannon cart. Who cares? We have 3 P.E.K.K.A.s. We have... okay, the cannon cart's dead. There that goes. But we still have 3 P.E.K.K.A.s, 2 of which have the ability. Why don't we go ahead and for fun use one ability here and get this last ability? Come on. Boom. There is the base down. Really, really easy, really, really quick, and just not using too many high skill approaches. Alright, I have found my next base here. This one is a really popular Builder Hall 10 one back in Season 1. So, I haven't seen this one in a little bit, but I'm guessing some of you guys probably have. So, we're going to be using the same strategy as before, it's just now we got to worry about that central Mega Tesla. And a lot of what I'm going to be doing is just thinking, where do we get the most battlecopter value? And simply, it's going to be on the roaster, the firecracker, and the archer tower. I would hope it would take down the firecracker, and then the archer tower, and then sweep and take out the crusher. I do not know for sure if it's going to do that. But let's go ahead. We'll start in our battlecopter all the way up at the top. That is going to be able to outrange the firecracker for now. And I think it'll still outrange it when it goes towards this elixir storage. I'm not entirely sure. Which way does it go? Okay, it's not. So we're just going to immediately rush in and use our dropship. Now, of course, we were hoping for it to go a different direction. It's not always going to go really the way you want it to go, but it doesn't matter. We're taking down that good compartment, and now look at the battlecopter taking his own side of the base there. And now there's just one more thing to do, and I'm going to send in the giant directly onto the crusher. There might be, yep, push trap right there. That's okay with me though. And we're going to use the P.E.K.K.A.s, just all 3, I think, around the outside. Oh wow, that giant is taking all the damage in the world. We use a P.E.K.K.A. ability. The reason we use that P.E.K.K.A. ability right there and right then is to try and save the giant. It did not end up working to save the giant, but it was just kind of hopeful. And now we are getting through the base though. You'll see I put the P.E.K.K.A. in, that way it would go straight towards the Mega Tesla. That worked beautifully, and now we are getting through the rest of the base here. We could use the P.E.K.K.A. ability on this double cannon. I don't think we're gonna, because I don't think we need to. And with that, we have 2 P.E.K.K.A.s and a bomber still alive, and you just saw how much value that battlecopter got in the very beginning, getting down the crusher, a roaster, an archer tower, the firecracker. Also, at the same time doing that, funneling for my P.E.K.K.A.s to go then sweep out the Mega Tesla. And with that, we are now into the second stage. So, just like we saw last time, we're going to be trying to get as much cannon cart value as we can. We can get down the double cannon, the cannon, and another cannon, but that will leave up another double cannon. So, let's think, where would the best place be to go? We need to get down just those few defenses. First things first, we're going to start our first cannon cart over here. If we run into a Tesla or if we run into a push trap, we're going to use our second cart right there. We are not running into either of those though, so I'm feeling pretty hopeful. Let's go see if we can just move this forward into the range of the cannon. We sure can. And now we're going to start in our next cannon cart. Okay, there's I guess a spring trap. Not the scariest thing for cannon carts, but was a little worried for a second there. I thought it was something else. And now we're just going to let these cannon carts cook, guys. That's what you got to do. You do not want to rush this. You have plenty of time, most of the time at least, and you're going to be able to get down 1, 2, 3 defenses, and then that's just going to leave 2 big defenses, the giant cannon and the double cannon. But I would much rather 2 big defenses versus 5 big defenses. So now there everything goes, and I got to figure out where do I want to put the bomber. We don't absolutely really need him here, but since we have him, we're going to put him on this very corner just to kind of break us into the base a little bit. Let's go ahead and start in our P.E.K.K.A. on the outside. And then we'll start in our battle machine from the very corner. That way he charges his ability. And now we can push all of our... We found a push trap. We can use all of our cannon carts just running in there. Who cares? This base is absolutely crushed. We do not need to worry about anything else at this point. We're going to use the P.E.K.K.A. ability onto this Tesla. And with that, we still have the bomber alive. And we are walking through the space here. Absolutely just trampling it, and that is going to take this one down. So I'm quite glad with how this worked as well. Let's use the battle machine ability just to take out some of the zappies, but you are seeing how easily this strategy is just massacring these bases, and that is because the Battlecopter is just so strong at Builder Hall 9. If you guys are not using it on the first stage, you really got to start using it. It is just so strong. Now, here is a weird base for me to go against. I thought it would be cool to show. I've not really looked at it too hard, so the first step for you guys is, this is something all of us top players do. You guys probably don't do it as frequently, but you might. You count defenses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 defenses. What does that mean? It means there are at least 2 Teslas on the first stage, probably 3. So you need to be careful about that. Look how many gaps there are. There could be a Tesla anywhere. So that is the first step, is just counting those defenses. Second step, trying to get that value. So I'm seeing that maybe if we drop in onto the Firecracker, if we could get there, that could get us some really good value. And look at my plan here. We're going to go to the double cannon, take it out, dropship on the Firecracker, hopefully take down the Archer Tower and the Mega Tesla and the Crusher. And that just leaves this side of the base here. That is what you have to be doing. You have to be looking at these bases and thinking, where is the Battlecopter going to just take out everything? And the best part about this is this Battlecopter gets half the base down, and with that, you only use 1 troop, so you have 5 more troops to go just clear out the rest of the base. It is so overpowered right now. Of course, we might be looking at a cheeky dropship nerf at some point here soon, but until that happens, guys, you got to be using this strategy. It is definitely the easiest, strongest strategy I have used so far at Builder Hall 9. So what we're going to do is we're going to send in the dropship now. Here it goes. 3, 2, 1, go. He's going to tank for the Firecracker. We find a Tesla. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead. We'll use the Battlecopter ability because we really want to get to that Firecracker to splash the Mega Tesla. We do splash the Mega Tesla. That is so huge. And another thing you guys may have not remembered is these dropships spawn skeletons, which are in turn going to distract a lot of these buildings here for a second. We are not going to get all of the value we were hoping for, but that is still, I guess, okay for me. Let's go ahead. We'll start in our first P.E.K.K.A. over here. He'll just take down the Crusher for us, and then we'll start in the Giant and 2 more P.E.K.K.A.s. Oh, wow, there are so many traps here. I clearly probably should have looked at the base before I attacked, so I looked way smarter. But yeah, there's a lot of traps around here, but it does not matter because that Battlecopter got so much value. This is a recurring thing. We have 3 P.E.K.K.A.s, all with their ability alive here. And you're just using that Battlecopter to clear out half of the base, a lot of these huge defenses, and then the P.E.K.K.A.s just come in and clean up. You don't need the P.E.K.K.A.s, they're just there to help out a little bit. So we're going to go to the second stage, and this one is kind of a hard one. Alright, here we go. We're into the second stage, and boy, does this one look scary. Okay, so I'm immediately switching to cannon carts. I know what you're thinking. Where do I see the value? There's 2 Archer Towers defending the Crusher, and the Mortar is defending all of these defenses. What am I going to do? Well, take a second to think. For one, all 3 Teslas were on the first stage, so we don't need to worry about Teslas. And 2, the Mortar, although it looks scary, is doing nothing. This Mortar, although it has a lot of range, will not outrange my cannon carts. Let me show you what I mean. We're going to start our first cannon cart right here. That's going to take out the cannon and the air bombs and the gold storage. Second one up here is going to take out double cannon, the cannon, and the hero altar. And we're just going to let these guys sit here and just kind of visualize it in your head. When all these cannons, double cannons, all that stuff is away and gone, what is left on the base? 2 Archer Towers, a Roaster, and a Crusher, and of course the Guard Post units. But we have 3 P.E.K.K.A.s, all of them with the ability, and the Battle Machine. He's not going to be able to do anything. This base is as good as gone already, and now that we've gotten down that huge cluster of defenses, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start in. I'm thinking we're going to send in the Battle Machine to go through the very center, take out the Roaster, the Multi-Mortar, and then the 3 P.E.K.K.A.s on the outside. We'll use 2 P.E.K.K.A. abilities to take out the Crusher and some of the Guard Post units, and this base should be pretty easy, honestly. This should be a walk in the park, so why don't we go ahead? We'll start in everything now, and the reason I'm trying to take down this Mortar so quickly is that way we can then take down the rest of the base with the cannon carts. Now you're going to see these cannon carts are going to start walking inside of the base. I guess I lied. There was a Tesla on the first stage that I didn't see. And look at that huge P.E.K.K.A. ability splash. That's going to take out everything. We hit a push trap, so the P.E.K.K.A. got launched into the center of the base. But look how much is alive. The Battle Machine ability is going now to take down the rest of the base. We have 1 P.E.K.K.A. ability to swag. This is the epitome of the strategy. We took down so much on the first stage with the Battlecopter, and now the second stage, piece of cake. Nothing really had to be done that was that hard. So for my fellow Builder Hall 9 players, if you are having a hard time attacking, you need to try this strategy out. You get so much value and it's so easy. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if there's more things you would like to see on lower level builder halls, please leave them in the comments. I am going to be doing a lot more lower level builder hall content. And guys, you also have to remember to use code AJ in the shop if you're planning on picking up any of these special offers. It would mean a lot to me and just help me out. And if you want some more tips, advice, bases, you have to join my Discord. That's going to be in the description. But with all that out of the way, I hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.